Hello everyone, I'm Arima Khanam and welcome back to Balajee online classes. Today I'm here to teach you lesson number 10, 11 and 12 of your everyday English grammar and composition. And the 10th chapter is transitive and intransitive verbs, and the 11th chapter is finite and non-finite verbs, and the 12th chapter is modal auxiliaries. So we have already studied about what are verbs. I have already cleared the concept of verbs in your previous videos. I have taught you what are regular and irregular verbs. I have also taught you what is subject-verb agreement. So if you know the concept of verbs, let's proceed with the next category of verbs, that is transitive and intransitive verbs. In this chapter we'll be studying about verbs that can have object and verbs that do not have object. We will be studying about verbs which are used transitively and intransitively. We'll be studying about direct and indirect objects in a sentence. We'll be studying about finite and non-finite verbs. We'll be studying about three types of non-finite verbs, and we will be studying about modal auxiliaries, their uses and functions. We'll be studying about uses of can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might and must. So without further ado, let's dig in. Let's know what's transitive and intransitive verbs. ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब्स वो होते हैं जिसमें ऑब्जेक्ट होता है. ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब्स आर दोज वर्ब्स which carries an object in a sentence. There will be an object, so that is called a transitive verb, and the statement, the sentence is called a transitive sentence because it is used, the verb is used transitively. And what is an object? Children, you just need to remember one thing: how a sentence is used, whether it is transitively used or it is intransitively used. The verb is used transitively or intransitively, and the sentence is transitive or intransitive. You just need to remember two things, that is, you will get the answer of who and what. Who and what. If you're getting the answer of who is the subject, and what, that is the object. So let's read some examples and know what is a transitive verb. I bought some wonderful books. I is the subject, bought is the verb. So you need to know whether the verb is used transitively or intransitively. You should need the next part of the sentence, that is some wonderful books. So students, just remember, you're getting the answer for both the questions. Who is the subject, I, and what, some wonderful books. So you're getting the answer for both, so the sentence is transitive. I'll read some more examples. Alex takes the metro to college. So here also you're getting the answer for who and what. Who takes the bus? Alex takes. What does he take? The bus or the metro. I understood her requirement. I is the subject, that means you're getting the answer for who, and what. What does he understand? So that is, what did he understand? That is what. You are getting the answer for what, and that is her requirements. So that's it in the transitive sentences. And now we'll know about what are intransitive. An intransitive verb is a verb that speaks of an action which does not pass to the object. It does not pass from the subject to the object as it passes in the transitive statement. So I'll read some examples and you will understand it better. Parul ran fast. Parul is the subject, that means you're getting the answer for who, that is Parul. Ran is the verb, and how that verb is used, it is used transitively or intransitively. You will read the next part of the sentence and you will understand. Fast, they are telling the quality, they are modifying the verb, they are not telling what. We are not getting the answer for what, so it is intransitive. Some water fell on my shirt. So you're getting the answer what fell. You're getting the answer, you're not getting the answer for who. So that is intransitively used. The children slept peacefully. You're getting the answer for who, the children. What, you're not getting the answer for what, you're getting the answer for how. So that is not a transitive statement, that is an intransitive statement. How the verb can be transitive or intransitive depending on the way it is used in the sentence. How they are used transitively, I'll read some example. Hina ate an apple. So who ate an apple? Hina ate. And what did she eat? She ate an apple. So you're getting the answer for both the questions, who and what. Now I'll read another example and you will understand for how the verbs are used intransitively. Hina ate on time. So who ate? Hina ate. What did she eat? You are not getting the answer for that. You are getting when did she eat? She ate on time. So when you are getting the answer for who and what, that will be transitive, but here you are not getting the answer for who and what. Instead you are getting the answer for who and when. So it is intransitively used. I'll read another example. The pilot flew the plane. Who flew the plane? The pilot. What did he fly? He flew a plane. So you are getting the answer for both the questions. Now the next I'll read next example. The plane flew steadily. What flew? The plane. You're getting the answer for what but not who. So this is intransitive sentences. That's it in this lesson. The lesson number, the 10th chapter which I taught, transitive and intransitive. I hope you understood the concept of transitive and intransitive. अगर आपको याद रखना है तो आपको सिर्फ दो चीज़ों को याद रखना है, and you should keep that in your mind. That is when you are getting the answer for who and when you are getting the answer of what. If you are getting the answer for both these questions, then that statement or the sentence is transitive. And if you are not getting the answer for who, then the statement is intransitive. That's it in this lesson. Now we are going to study about finite and non-finite verbs. What are finite verbs and what are non-finite verbs? Finite verbs are those verbs which are controlled or limited by a person, number and tenses. मतलब जब आप ये चीज़ें यूज़ करते हो, जब आप वर्ब यूज़ करते हो तो उसका इफेक्ट सब्जेक्ट पे भी होता है. आपको प्रेजेंट टेंस में आपने लिखा है या पास्ट टेंस में, उसका इफेक्ट भी स्टेटमेंट पे होता है. सो दैट वर्ब, द वर्ब विच इज़ यूज्ड इन अ स्टेटमेंट और सेंटेंस, दैट इज फाइनाइट when it is controlled or limited by subject or the person, number and tense. And I'll read some example. I go, Rahul goes, Sadiq and Shamita go. So these are the examples of finite verbs. Here the verb is controlled or limited by a person, number of the subject. Now a finite verb is that changes its form according to the person, number and tense. We can recognize finite verbs by their form and functions. वो कैसे फंक्शन करते हैं और उनकी फॉर्मेशन कैसे हुई है. By these things we will understand whether the verb is finite or non-finite. I'll tell you some more things about finite verbs. Most finite verbs form their past tense form by adding d or ed. You all have studied in your previous videos what are regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs are those verbs in which we just add ed or d and it becomes past tense. However, we know that irregular verbs make their past tense in different ways. They do not follow any set of rule and they are formed in different ways. So they are called irregular forms of verbs. We have already studied that in our previous chapters. She danced gracefully. So dance becomes danced. So that is regular form. They ate their dinner and left. Eat, ate. So the spelling is changed and they are not following any set of rules. We are not adding d or ed to it, like eat become eated. It's not like that. The spelling is changed and that is the irregular form of verb. The next thing is you need to remember is that in the simple present tense, finite verb have an s at the end when the subject is singular. So you know what is subject verb agreement. When the subject is singular, the verb will also be singular. That means the subject is one, you will add s to the verb. That's it. And when the subject is plural, what do? The verb will also be plural. That means you will not add any s or es to the verb. The next thing you need to remember in finite verbs is all sentences and clauses have at least one finite verb. All sentences and all the clauses, if there is any clause in the sentence, it will have finite verb. If they don't, they will be called phrases. और अगर sentence में या clause में finite verb नहीं होता है, that is called a phrase. For example, we are brave girls. Are is the finite verb, and so it is a sentence. Are is used, so it is a sentence. To walk from here to Main Street, no finite verb. There is no finite verb, so what is it? It is a phrase. Rashid plays the flute in our band. Plays is finite, so it is a sentence. Enjoying the evening, there is no finite verb, so it is a phrase. So I hope you understood the concept of sentence and phrase. Now coming to next part, that is non-finite verb. Non-finite verbs are verbs that are not controlled. Finite verbs are controlled by the person, number and tenses, but non-finite are not controlled by the person, number and tenses. For example, they wanted to attend a music concert. So to attend, it is not dependent on, the verb is not dependent on the subject. To attend it. तो अब चाहे एक person हो, चाहे दो person हो, चाहे जितने भी हो, we will write to attend. They enjoyed watching. So watching is also non-finite verb and it does not depend on the subject. In these sentences, the verb wanted and enjoyed are in the past tense form. They are finite verbs. Okay. We also have here the verbs to attend and watching. So wanted and enjoyed are finite verbs. But यहाँ पर जो है वो है to attend and watching. So what happens in these? These two verbs are not limited or controlled by person, number and tense. They don't change according to the subject or the tense of the main verb. So they do not change according to the person, number or tense. They do not change according to the subject or tenses. For example, Anis wanted to attend a music concert. Singular subject is there, but still the okay. We also have here the verbs to attend and watching. So wanted and enjoyed are finite verbs. But यहाँ पर जो है वो है to attend and watching. So what happens in these? These two verbs are not limited or controlled by person, number and tense. They don't change according to the subject or the tense of the main verb. So they do not change according to the person, number or tense. They do not change according to the subject or tenses. For example, Anis wanted to attend a music concert. Singular subject is there, but still the verb is same here. They wanted to attend. Anis is single person, but in the next sentence I am reading they wanted to attend. So they is many. The subject is many. Okay. Then also we are using to attend. So it does not change because it is not controlled by these subjects or verbs or tenses. Verbs that are not limited by tense, person or number are called non-finite verbs, as I told you before. So now next we will be studying about different types, the three types of non-finite verbs. They are, first one is the infinitive, and the next one is participles, and the last one is the gerund. In your next class, that is 8th standard, you will have a different topic, different lesson for all these non-finite verbs. So let's read it and understand it nicely so that you will not face problem in your further class. What are infinitive? The infinitive is the base form of the verb used in a non-finite way. So it is the base. form, that means the main verb it is, and they are used in non-finite way. You know what are non-finite verbs? Generally to is placed before the base form to make the to infinitive. So to is used before the base form of the verb, and the first form of infinitive is to infinitive. So what do you say? To watch, to talk, to dance, to lay, to sing. This way you will say. I'll read some examples in your book. We went to watch the film. To watch. I would like to learn dance. So these are to infinitives. Some of the uses of infinitive are shown below. To play is his passion. I do not want to swim. So this way you will use to infinitive. And there is another one, another type of infinitive, that is bare infinitive we are going to study. When the infinitive follows certain verbs, to is often dropped. So if we are following some types of verbs or certain verbs we are using, so what do? We just drop to from that and it becomes bare infinitive. Some verbs are help, dare, let, make, need, observe, hear, see, watch, behold, feel, etc. So these are some of the verbs which are with which we do not use to. So you need to remember that. You can just read these words several times and you will memorize those words, that with these we do not use to. I'll read some examples. Nina did not dare disobey her father. Nina did not dare to disobey. You will not say this way. Just disobey her father, not to disobey. Okay. I heard him shout, not to shout, just shout. He made me sing. He made me sing. To sing नहीं कहेंगे. I let him go, not to go. The form of the infinitive without to is called the bare infinitive. So one is to infinitive, the other one is bare infinitive. Bare infinitive is that in which we drop to because we are using certain verbs with which we do not use to. It is not required, so we drop it. So that is called bare infinitive. We will study about the next infinitive, next category of infinitive, that is the participle. You all know what are participle. One is the present participle and the other one is the past participle, the third form of verb. You know how to change the verbs. जैसे कि अगर base form है laugh, so past tense is laughed and past participle is laughed. This way. Let's know about it. Examine the following sentences. Alaya watched Akshay playing the match. The wounded soldiers lay in the field. The word italicized, the word that the verbs which are used, that is playing and wounded, sentences are participles. So they are participles. The word participles are non-finite verbs. They are non-finite. They come under the category of non-finite verbs. There are mainly two types of participles. Two types of participles are there, that is present participle and past participles. Formed by adding ing to the base form of the verb. Present में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, ing ऐड कर देते हैं. और past participle तो आप सभी को पता होंगे कि कैसे होता है. Drink becomes drunk, shrink becomes shrunk, laugh becomes laughed. These are the past participles. And now comes the last one, the gerund. Gerund are what? When you add ing to the base form of the verb. A gerund is a noun formed from a verb by adding ing. ing को ही हम gerund कहते हैं. A gerund may follow adjectives, prepositions and other verbs. They may follow adjectives, verbs or preposition. It may come in the beginning of a sentence as a noun और beginning में भी आ सकता है sentence में and it is treated as noun. For example, singing is my hobby. So singing is what? It is noun. It is used as noun. I love singing, so it is an action, it is a verb. I am tired of waiting, waiting is also a verb. Now coming to the next part, the 12th chapter, that is modal auxiliaries. Auxiliaries का मतलब क्या होता है? You all know what are auxiliaries. Auxiliaries are also called helping verbs. एक तो होता है be form, दूसरा have form and then comes the modal. Auxiliaries are divided into two parts, that is प्राइमरी ऑक्सिलरीज एंड मॉडल ऑक्सिलरीज. प्राइमरी में आते हैं बी फॉर्म एंड हैव फॉर्म, लाइक is, am, are, was, were, he, sorry, this comes have, had, has, do, did, does. So these all come in the primary auxiliaries. Now we are going to study about modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries क्या होते हैं? Modals, आपसे अगर कोई पूछता है what are modals, you will say can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would and must. They all are models. 9 types of models are there, so you need to remember that. We will study about the uses of can, could. So let's study how can is used. Can to express ability. जब हम express करते हैं कि ये काम मुझसे हो सकता है या मैं कर सकता हूँ, जैसे कि I can solve the problem, he can do cartwheel. So this way. To express or ask for permission. आप जब कुछ किसी से पूछते हैं, then also you take permission and you ask, you frame a sentence with can, like you can leave the class, late can stay with me, can I join dance classes. This way can could be used. Now next one is could. How do you use could? Could is sometimes used as a more courteous form of request. So जैसे कि could you help me with my luggage, जैसे आप किसी से रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं या आप किसी की हेल्प लेना चाहते हैं, देन ऑल्सो यू यूज टू कार्टव्हील. सो दिस वे. टू एक्सप्रेस और आस्क फॉर परमिशन. आप जब कुछ किसी से पूछते हैं, देन ऑल्सो यू टेक परमिशन एंड यू आस्क, you frame a sentence with can, like you can leave the class, late can stay with me, can I join dance classes. This way can could be used. Now next one is could. How do you use could? Could is sometimes used as a more courteous form of request. So जैसे कि could you help me with my luggage, जैसे आप किसी से रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं या आप किसी की हेल्प लेना चाहते हैं, then also you use could. Could you deliver this parcel to me, for me? And it is used as the past tense of can, like I could jump so high when I was young. So past form में आप use कर सकते हैं. How is may used? May is used to express possibility कि हाँ ये हो सकता है. For example, he may go to Zimbabwe. It may rain today. Possibility बता रहे हैं. To ask for a to ask or give permission. जब आप किसी बड़े से, अपने एल्डर पर्सन से परमिशन लेते हैं, तो आप अपना सेंटेंस मे से शुरू करते हैं. जैसे कि मे आई गो एंड प्ले नाउ. जब आप अपने पेरेंट्स से या टीचर से आप पूछते हैं, तो यू विल आस्क लाइक दिस. यू विल नॉट आस्क कैन आई गो आउट, यू विल से मे आई गो आउट. एज यू से इन द क्लास, मे आई गो एंड शार्प माई पेंसिल. So this way you will ask to your elders. You will also frame sentence like this. You may use my car. May is also used to express a wish. कोई wish express करने के लिए भी may use होता है, जैसे कि may God bless you. May you have success in all you do. May to express purpose. It also tells us purpose or cause or reason. Like we work hard so that we may get a promotion. Be kind to children so that they may trust you. Now coming to might. What is might used for? Might is the past tense form of may. May का past tense होता है, and it is used like he said I might use this car. He asked. It is said in the past, so it is used as a past tense. We might have made it had we started on time. Might is also used sometimes when we want to suggest a slighter possibility than may. We use might. जब थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा possibility होती है may से, तो हम लोग might का use करते हैं. जैसे कि I might go to Darjeeling this summer. So there is a possibility, ज़्यादा possibility है कि मैं दार्जिलिंग जा सकता हूँ. I may go to Darjeeling this summer. They might be home by now. They may be home by now. This way you can use may and might. And use of must. टू एक्सप्रेस ए कमांड, नेसेसिटी और मॉरल ऑब्लिगेशन, कोई कमांड देते हैं या नेसेसिटी बताते हैं या मॉरल ऑब्लिगेशन मिलता है आपको, तो आप मस्ट का यूज़ करते हैं, जैसे यू मस्ट सिट डाउन, यू मस्ट सबमिट द रिपोर्ट. And must is also used often to express probability, बताते हैं. Used in this way, we are not sure whether what we talk about is right or wrong, but there is the probability that what we say is one of the options. So जो हम कह रहे हैं, it may be an option. For example, you haven't eaten all day, you must be hungry. ठीक है. She drives an expensive car, she must have a lot of money. तो ये probability बताते हैं कि अगर उसके पास कार है तो वो रिच होगी, और वो पूरे दिन से काम कर रहा था, उसने खाना नहीं खाया, तो पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकती है कि वो भूखा होगा. Now coming to the next use of shall. How is shall used? Shall is used with the first person singular and plural to express simple future. Simple future में shall use होता है. It acts as an auxiliary to form the future tense. Shall अक्सर I और V के साथ यूज़ हुआ करता था इंग्लिश में, बट अभी मॉडर्न इंग्लिश में ये कोई यूज़ नहीं करता है. इट इज़ नॉट दैट इट इज़ रॉन्ग, इट इज़ एक्चुअली राइट टू यूज़ shall with I and V. It is used this way: we shall be there at 5. See, I told you it was used with shall. I mean, we and I should be used with shall, but nowadays we are not using it. We just say I'll come tomorrow. We will come tomorrow. We are not saying we shall come tomorrow. I shall come tomorrow. This way we should say actually. Now I'll tell you the uses of shall with the second and third person के साथ shall का use कैसे होता है. To express a command. You shall write it 20 times now. It is used as a promise. You shall get a prize if you are regular in attendance. It is used as a threat. जब आप किसी को threaten करते हो, तो you shall be beaten if you fail. It is used as determination, like he shall finish the work in an hour. I shall do the task before I go home. So shall is also used with the first and third person, like in interrogative as well as in assertive sentence, that is declarative sentence. For example, shall we come tomorrow? They shall be here soon. Now we'll study about the concept of will. How is will used? Will as an auxiliary verb, will expresses the future tense. Will जो होता है वो future tense में use होता है and it expresses the future tense. He will find a house soon. We will be reaching school in 10 minutes. Will used with the first person to denote determination. I will punish him. We will finish painting the house by tomorrow. Will is used to denote a promise. I will come with you if you take the car. It is used to denote a wish or willingness. या wish बताते हैं कि आप ये काम कर सकते हो, या willingness बताते हैं, जैसे कि we will stand by him at all times. So ये एक willingness बता रहे हैं या wish बता रहे हैं. I will help you with your homework. So this is also showing the willingness. So the next part is, the next thing we are going to study about is shall, should. Should and would. Should is used to express duty or obligation, like you should respect yourself so that you can respect others. It is used to express necessity. Necessity बताते हैं, जैसे you should be ready on time. It is necessity that you should be ready on time, otherwise we'll get late. It is used to express probable condition. Should he disobey you, report it to me. अगर वो ऐसा करता है तो report it to me. It is used to make a polite offer or ask a question. ये कोई polite offer आपको करना हो किसी को कुछ, या आप कुछ पूछते हैं, तो should I help you carry this packet, or should they reach by 12 PM. ये आप जब किसी से कुछ पूछते हैं. It is used to express obligation in WH questions. It is also used with WH words, like whom should we inform, or When should we come to meet you? Now coming to the last one, that is would. How is would used? Would is also the past form of will, and it is used to talk about a habit in the past. यानी कि past form है will का, तो it is like it tells us about the action that is done in the past. For example, my teacher would finish work on the dot at 5 every day. I would listen to grandmother's stories for hours. It is used to express a polite request or an offer. For example, would you please open the window, or would you like a cup of tea? It is also used to express a wish or desire. जब आपको कोई desire हो या wish हो तो आप ये would का use करते हो, जैसे I would like to go home early, or we would be happy if you come. I hope you understood the concept of transitive, intransitive, finite and non-finite, and modal auxiliaries. You must have understood everything, the uses of modal auxiliaries which I have taught you, and you should know what are the different types of modals. You should know what are finite and non-finite verbs and what are transitive and intransitive verbs. आप एक बार मेरा वीडियो पूरा देखिएगा and go through the lessons which I have taught you already, and you will understand each and everything. And if you don't understand, if you don't know the concept of verbs, please go through my previous videos which are uploaded on YouTube. Go through those videos. You will learn about the concepts of verb, the regular and irregular forms of verbs. I have also taught the subject verb agreement. If you will know what are those things, you will definitely understand what are finite, non-finite, transitive, intransitive and modal auxiliaries. All sorts of verbs you will know and you will not face any problem. So what you are going to do now is download the exercises from School Mitra and start doing it in your copies, and please revise your lessons as your assessments are approaching. So meanwhile, take care of yourself, do learn your lessons and stay at home. Bye bye.